I want you to imagine you bought a Ferrari or a piece of heavy machinery worth $500,000. Would you run it 24/7 without changing the oil? Would you red light that engine until it smoked? No, of course you wouldn't. It's a very expensive automobile or a piece of equipment. Of course you wouldn't do that. You would protect it. You would protect it because it's an asset. Now let's turn it to you. You are the asset. You are the most important part of your business.
The Mindset Manual with Myron Williams.
There's a lie that has been sold to us since the Industrial Revolution. The lie is that input equals output. If you work 8 hours, then you get 8 units of work. If you work 16 hours, you get 16 units of work. If you sleep in the office like Elon Musk, you will change the world. If you're working on an assembly line, screwing in caps of toothpaste on tubes, that math works. But you aren't a machine. You are a knowledge worker. You are a creator. You are a leader. In your world, 16 hours of work does not equal 16 hours of output. Usually 16 hours of work equals 8 hours of good work, followed by 8 hours of cleaning up some of the mistakes you may have made because you were exhausted. But here's the truth. Constant accessibility isn't your badge of honor. It's a leak in your business model. It's time to exit the burnout cycle with TaxApp Pro. TaxApp Pro was built for the professionals who are tired of the performative hustle. It's for that CEO, the founder, and the consultant who understands that true scale requires systems and not just more of your soul. This isn't just another task manager. It's your hustle buffer. It's time to kill the urgency illusion with TaxApp Pro's smart gatekeeper interception that for those late night pings, it lets your clients know they've received the request and it's been logged, giving them that response time without you ever having to touch your phone. That's proactive professionalism. Instead of responding at 9 p.m. and setting the precedent that you're always available, TaxApp schedules your work to deliver at 8 a.m. Now you look like the early bird while you're actually still enjoying your morning coffee. Go to tax.app and use the code MINDSET for 20% off your subscription.
The Mindset Manual with Myron Williams.
Welcome to the Mindset Manual. I'm your host, Myron Williams. Today, we are auditing your energy. We are looking at the ROI of rest, not because it feels good, but because of your lack of sleep is literally costing your business money. The science of the stupid brain and the sleep debt is a real thing. So let's look at the data and talk about the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is the CEO of your brain. It handles the logic, emotional regulation, strategy, and long-term planning. It is also the most energy expensive part of your body. When you're sleep deprived, and by the way, deprived means anything less than 7 hours consistently, the prefrontal cortex goes offline. It powers down to save energy. So who takes over? That lizard brain. That lizard brain is the part of you that reacts out of fear and impulse. There was a famous study done on judges, people who pride themselves on being impartial. The study analyzed over 1,000 parole rulings. It found that prisoners who appeared early in the morning when the judge was fresh got parole 65% of the time. And prisoners who appeared late in the day or right before lunch when the judge was tired or hungry, the parole rate dropped staggeringly to nearly zero. Why? Because saying yes requires a complex risk assessment. Saying no is easy, it's safe, it's lazy. Now apply this logic to your business. When you're burned out, You stop making strategic decisions and you start making safe decisions. You don't pitch the big client. You don't fire the toxic employee. You default to the status quo. That is the hidden tax burnout. Crucially, every hour of sleep you lose is added to your sleep debt. This debt is not cleared by a single weekend lie-in. It accumulates and degrades your core cognitive functions, your memory, your ability to learn, and your creative problem solving. You are showing up to work with a fraction of your intellectual capacity, and that is a direct hit to your bottom line. Rest is a strategic weapon. The case studies show this, that deliberate rest is the best rest. The high performers already know this. They don't view rest as the opposite of work. They view it as a part of the work. Look at the athletes like LeBron James, who spends over $1 million on his body for recovery. He sleeps 10 to 12 hours a day. If he tried to practice 18 hours a day, his coach would tell him, hey man, you're going to blow out your knee. In business, your knee is your decision-making ability. You have to use that very wisely. You only got 2 knees. You can't blow them out, right? Here's a fun fact about one of the most powerful people in the world, Bill Gates. During the height of Microsoft, he used to take think weeks. He would go into a cabin in the woods alone for a week, twice a year. No phone, no meetings, just reading and thinking. It sounds like a luxury, right? No, it wasn't. It was a strategy. That famous internet tidal wave memo, the document that shifted Microsoft to focus on the internet, was written during a think week. That 1 week of rest created billions of dollars in value. If he had been busy answering emails at 11 p.m., he never would have had the clarity to see the future. And that could be you. So you have to take your time to see your future. This isn't about passive rest. It's about deliberate rest. Deliberate rest is not scrolling on your phone. It's engaging the parts of your brain that are suppressed during focus, deep work. It's walking outside with no podcast in your ears. It's sitting in silence. It's allowing your mind to wander, because that is when your brain makes non-obvious connections that lead to innovation. I'm going to call this section the asset maintenance framework. Micro boundaries for daily ROI. I want you to imagine you bought a Ferrari or a piece of heavy machinery worth $500,000. Would you run it 24/7 without changing the oil? Would you red light that engine until it smoked? No, of course you wouldn't. It's a very expensive automobile or a piece of equipment. Of course you wouldn't do that. You would protect it. You will protect it because it's an asset. Now let's turn it to you. You are the asset. You are the most important part of your business. Your business cannot survive without your brain functioning at a high capacity. When you deny yourself rest, you are engaging in deferred maintenance. You are saying, I'll save an hour of sleep today, but you're actually accumulating damage that will result in a breakdown later. So how do we fix this? I'm not asking you to take a week off in a cabin. Not yet. I'm asking for micro boundaries, small, repeatable actions that protect your peace every single day. Let's call it the digital sunset. 60 minutes before bed, let's do no screens, because blue light destroys your melatonin. If you look at emails in bed, you're sabotaging your recovery for the next day. Let's call this a do not disturb block, where you schedule 2 hours a day where you are totally unreachable. No Slack, no texts. This is for deep work. This reduces the cognitive load of constant switching. It's a transitional ritual. Create a 5-minute routine that signals the end of your workday to your brain. This could be changing your shirt, listening to a specific song, or a 5-minute meditation. The ritual stops the work thoughts from bleeding into your evening. Let's try this 2-sentence rule. Force yourself to delete or delegate something else. Your list is not a landfill. It's a high-value priority document. If a new item can't be explained in 2 sentences, it needs dedicated time, not just another spot on your running list. So here's my conclusion. Peace is profitable and clarity is your advantage. Here's the bottom line. Because your peace is so profitable, panic is very expensive. When you implement these boundaries, you are not only protecting yourself, you are elevating the quality of the service you provide. A client gets a thoughtful, strategic response 9 hours later from a well-rested professional is receiving more value than a quick, reactive, mistake-prone answer at 10 p.m. You're not a human vending machine. You are a high-value commodity. My challenge to you is simple. Let's call it the 10% cut. Look at your calendar for the next week. I want you to cancel or delete 10% of it. The meeting that could be an email, cancel it. The coffee chat that you don't want to do, cancel it. The hour of scrolling on TikTok, delete it. It is not needed. Take that 10% and reinvest it into sleep or just pure silence. I promise you, you won't lose any money. You'll gain pure clarity. And in this economy, clarity is the ultimate competitive advantage. Get some rest. Your business needs you at 100%, not at 60%. Thank you for tuning in to the Mindset Manual with me, your host, Myron Williams. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications to receive updates on new episodes. We will continue this conversation next time as we explore the connection between emotional intelligence and professional success. Until then, stay aware, stay balanced, and keep practicing that inner peace.
The Mindset Manual with Myron Williams.